Welcome back, everybody, to whatever this is called. I I'm doing okay. I'm gonna start off every episode by revealing how I'm doing. I think that's important. I think it's important because sometimes, like I've said, it can be very easy to just go on autopilot. But I think it's important to say. But I've been doing. I've been. I've been. I get so in my own head sometimes. There's just I've been struggling lately. Not like financially or not like none of that. Like I've been struggling with because I'm always just in my own head. I'm always just like thinking about. I think about my past a lot. I do think about my past quite a bit. Um, like I'm always just in my own head. Um, um, and I'm going to probably repeat topics. Just that's how it is. But there's this idea. There's something that I realized that what ever since I was a kid, like I was always told as a kid to grow up. I was always told as a kid to stop being so childish. And I'm not a parent, so I don't know. And like older siblings and like other family members were just always telling me as a kid when I was a kid that stop it, like stop being so childish. You need to grow up. And I'm like, I understand obviously like teaching your kid to I'm not I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I don't know I'm sure it was with the best intentions, but it hurt. Looking back at it, it really hurt because I remember there was this one time where me and my two older siblings we were at a McDonald's, and this is I believe I was 13 years old, and you know back then I talked about back in my body image video on my other channel, how in sixth grade somebody called me a lard ass because I was eating Tim Hortons. And so this was like a couple months after, and I was really struggling with I was having a lot of insecurity surrounding my body because that person said that, and among other things. I was just struggling a lot with you know, I didn't want to be called that again. It was more of the idea that I didn't want to upset the person. I was like, I don't know. I was just struggling with a lot with body image as a 13-year-old, which is really sad to think about back then. But like we were in line and I didn't order anything. I was like, oh, I'm good. No, I'm good. I was probably maybe there was a little bit more attitude to it. But like then after we get out of line and my sister she whispered in my ear like grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up, Ethan. And that really stuck with me. That really stuck with me, you know. Cuz as a kid I was always just trying to be mature. I was always told like Ethan, you need to grow up. You need to you need to grow the fuck up. Stop being such a kid. But I'm like thinking back, I didn't say this at the time, but I'm like, but I am a kid. I but I am a kid. I, I'm just a kid. Like, what do I know? I don't know any better. It's like another time, rather recently, well, not recently, like 5 years ago, but I remember my, another time, another time, my older sibling was like, I was 17 at the time, and I was going through some stuff, and I'm learning how to, you know, talk about my emotions more. In 17, I was like going through a lot of changes. And like, I can't remember the specific instance, but like, it was another time where my sister was like, Ethan, you're 17, grow up. And just like, I don't know. It's just always being told, like, I remember ever since I was a kid, I was always like, I felt bad for like acting like a kid. I felt bad for like being quote unquote childish because I was like, oh, man, I'm like, if I felt like I was disappointing the people around me because I was always told like, Ethan, you need to grow up. Stop being such a fucking child. To whereas now where I am an adult, I feel like I've missed out on a lot of my childhood experiences because I was always just trying to be mature because I wanted my parents and like other my older siblings approval because I was like, well, if I act like a kid, I'm going to get yelled at and I'm going to get like there's going to be consequences for me like acting like a child. Um so I feel like now I'm just like, and I'm not saying I would like to say like I've matured. There are definitely times where I can be a bit emotionally immature sometimes, a bit emotionally reactive because I think that tends to happen when I'm like, I bottle up a lot of my emotions because that's what I was taught. I was taught to like not talk about my feelings and to just bottle up those feelings, which I'm learning is not healthy. But, I remember just like, now I'm just like, and that's another thing I wanted to touch on is I'm sure I touched on my previous video. I apologize, but like I remember just like there's these societal expectations of like, oh, I should be acting this way. I should be like this mature. I should be have this much money. I should be this. I should be this way. And oh my god, because I struggle with that sometimes. I'm like, I should like I should like I should like be I should be like I should be more successful. I should be more like mature. I should be more like I should be like married by this age. I should be like like have it's like there are these expectations that society puts on people of like, and it just makes me miserable. It makes me miserable, because it makes me feel like, and like I remember even when I was younger, I was like, I just want to like be myself, I just want to be true to myself. I don't want to be this person that everybody's telling me to be. I just want to be myself, and that's not me saying I'm better or worse than anybody. I'm just like, I just want to be myself, and like, I don't know. It's just sometimes I feel this pressure to like act a certain way. And I'm like, it's not that I'm being rude to the other. It's not that I'm like trying to be rude. I'm just like, I don't know. I just want to be me, you know? Because I found that I am happier. I am like more confident when I am just being myself, And it's like, oh, wow. I like, because I'm just like, wow, wow. Once I stopped trying to fit in, and once I stopped trying to like, once I realized I like, oh, if it makes me happy, if I'm not trying to, and if I'm not hurting anybody, and if I'm like being true to myself, and it's not that I lack ambition, it's not that I lack purpose. Well, sometimes I lack purpose, but I'm like, oh, when I just like stay true to myself and stay true to like what I want and who I am, I'm like, things get a lot easier, Things get a lot easier. Everything just gets easier because I'm like, I don't feel this pressure to be somebody who I know I'm not. And even when I'm being that person that I know I'm not, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I acting this way? I'm not happy. I don't know. I just, because that was another thing that I've been struggling with. Is it's like, Ethan, you're okay just the way you are. And yeah, just giving myself like, I've been trying to give myself more positive affirmations. You know, trying to say like, because I've talked about before how I struggle with like I have a lot of like self-esteem issues, and like I have a lot of shame built in me. And I've been trying to give myself more like positive affirmations. And I know for some people they're like really cheesy and like, ooh, yeah. Because I know the term self-love is like really, it's a bit oversaturated at this point where like when you hear self-love, you're like, oh boy, yeah, I get it. Like self-love, ooh. It's like, I, it really is like, just like important. That is what I keep trying to get back to. That is my resolution for this year, is just to like not like be obsessed with myself, just to like not be so hard on myself, to be more accepting of myself, to, well, yes, like continue to try and push goals, to continue to try to like, when it comes to like working out, just like, yeah, like discipline is important, just to be like, I got you, Ethan. Because I've been trying to use these positive affirmations that are like, I am lovable, just the way I am. I am worthy of love. I am lovable. And I don't need to change myself for anybody, I don't need to be this person. I can just be myself. And I am lovable, and it's it is something that I struggle with. And I don't want this to sound like, oh, somebody love me, please. I'm so lonely and sad. No, it's just like this deep inherent belief I have of like, I'm not lovable. There's something wrong with me. But the truth is that like, there's not. There's not anything wrong with me. Yes, we as humans, we're all flawed. But like me, Ethan, I am. There is nothing inherently wrong with me. And that was like, it is still something I struggle with, but it is something that I've come to be aware of like, there isn't, and I'm going to repeat this time and time again, but it's like, I have to keep reminding myself that. It's like, oh, I am lovable, I am good enough. Yeah, like, I am, I am enough, you know? Not saying I'm not trying to push towards, more goals, but just me who I am today, me as Ethan today, like, I am good enough. I am lovable. I am worthy of love. And it's a beautiful thing. You don't always need to be, I don't always need to be like pushing towards something. I can just like be here today, alive, breathing, and that's enough. And that's enough. That is more than enough. It's crazy. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like that, there is, yeah. Because that's another thing is like I I think what I've found is really important that I struggle with a lot is that I don't really have in my life is surrounding yourself with good people. People who like are good for you. People who care about you. And I don't have that in my life. Like, one, I haven't been seeking it out, and two, I'm just like, oh yeah, like sometimes I choose to be alone a lot of the time, but sometimes like I surround myself with people that are just not good for me. People that are just like I don't know why. Sometimes I just surround myself with people that are like not good to me and not good for me. It's like I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I choose to surround myself with people that aren't good for me. Because I realize it's like, I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with this, but when you surround yourself with people that like support you and like are good for you, it's like even me, I'm like I am someone I would consider myself to be a very independent, self-reliant person. But even for me, I'm like, oh wow, that's really nice. And I haven't experienced that a lot in my life. You know, people just like being there for me and like people just like, and I don't want this to turn into like a sad pity party, but like that's not what this is at all. I've just realized it's like, oh, the few times I have experienced that, it's like, oh wow. And I think a lot of that comes from just like being there for myself. You know, when you have more positive thoughts about yourself, like there you will start to attract the right people into your life. And you know, I hope sometime in the future that like I do have those people in my life, because you know, that is something that I do want. You know, just people that are good for you and care about you and support you and love you and accept you for who you are. I would love that even for me. I'm a very I like to do things by myself a lot of the time. But that doesn't mean I don't want to be around people, like I do. But I think a lot of it's just because I haven't been around a lot of people that are I've been around a lot of people that are not good for me, and I didn't realize how much of a negative effect that was having on me. So I think just finding people that are just good for you, you know, that just care about you. You know, there's no strings attached. There's no, um, you know, there's no like drama. They're just there for you, and they support you and they lift you up, and they not in like a yes man way of like, but just genuinely just like there for you. I want that. I not even like a romantic sense, just like anybody. That that is something that I want. Even if it's just one person, two people, doesn't matter. Just like that is something that would be nice. Again, I'm not like, I'm a very self-reliant person, but just like it'd be nice. It'd be really cool. Um, you know. And then I have to do like the self-reflection of being like, oh, am I the one that's being a toxic person? I think that's good as well. I think that's good as well. I think it's good to like reflect and be like, oh, am I the one that's being toxic? Am I the one that's being negative? Am I the one that's being like, and sometimes it is, yes, I am the one that's being toxic. I am the one that's being like, um, you know, I am the one that's like causing the problems, and I have to be aware of that. Um, but it's again, I'm a very solo person. I like to do things by myself most of the time. Um, but that would be nice. That'd be cool. Because the relationships that I want in my life, whether that be romantic or platonic, like friendships, relationships, whatever, I want like meaningful connections with people. I want like actually meaningful connections with people. Because sure, you can have the casual, like, you know, small talk of being like, you know, again, I don't have a lot of experience with friendships or relationships, but I'm like, I that one of the part of the reason is because I don't like just like the casual, the bros. I like I like having like meaningful connections with people. I want to like connect with people. Not in a just doesn't matter who, just like I just want to like have like a meaningful connection with people. That's what I want. It's just like I want to I want to like just like really get to know the person, and like I really want to connect with the other person or other people. I just want to connect with people in a meaningful, like authentic way. because I feel like I don't do well with like the, you know, just like the kind of like soulless, empty, just like, you know, just like casual, just like, that's fine. I'm not judging the people that do that, that are like that, but I'm just like, I just like, I want something deeper and more meaningful. That's what I crave, is just like that sort of like deep connection with other people. But again, what do I know? Yeah. Um, I do want to share something with you all. Um, you guys, to kind of like on a lighter note, because I don't want to make everything so depressing. It's not depressing. It's just, you know, I've been getting into reading lately, audiobooks, but I've been getting into reading, and it's really fascinating because I've never been a reader, but I've been getting into reading lately, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting. Um, but yeah, I've been really enjoying like, um, I don't know. It's just been weird. It's just like when you pick up a hobby and you're like, oh wow, I actually really like that. I never thought I would, but I actually really do. I really enjoy it. It's like, just being more open minded to like hobbies. It's like I really enjoy reading. Actually, it's really because it makes sense that it does, because I love stories. I one day want to write a book or make a movie or make a TV show. Maybe not a TV show. Or like do something, express myself in a creative way. That's what I want sometime in the future. Maybe not this year. Maybe not. Sometime in my lifetime, I want to like tell a good fucking story, and I want to express myself creatively. That's what I want to do. It's just like I want to tell a story, and I want to like, I've been playing some games recently. Every time I play a game, or like, there are times like where I play games and or I watch a movie or something, and I'm just like, and it's always been there. It's always been there that like I've always had a very vivid imagination. We're sidetracking. This is maybe I should call this podcast Sidetracked. I think funny. But like it's always been there. Like that, just like I've always had a very vivid imagination. I've always had a very, just like, because I've always been in my own head, and I don't know, maybe that's an ADHD thing. I'm not officially diagnosed, but I realize it's like, oh, it's like it's always been there. It's always been there. But like, kids are mean. Trauma happens. Bullying happens. Shit happens. And you're like, oh, that's not cool. I gotta be cool. And it's like, oh, turns out being cool just means being yourself. It's like, yeah. It's always been there. Just like that. Just like that. It's just like that itch. That itch never goes away from me. And I love it. I love it. It's exciting. I love just like getting immersed into stories, and it's so fun. It's so fun. But yeah. I think I ramble. I think I've gotten some stuff off my chest. Obviously not everything. My chest is very big. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. I think I might actually call this podcast Sidetrack. That would be cool. That might actually be the channel name. Yeah. But thank you so much for watching. Or listening. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Bye, guys.